Can you hear us, Oz? Type if you can hear us.
We'll have to use semaphore.
Oh, all my flags are at the dry cleaners.
Let's have to post links to the Wikipedia pages for each of the flags.
Or he just puts out the album cover to help with the Beatles.
I don't know what that looks like. Semaphore, I guess. Help.
Yeah, it's literally. Oh, they're not actually spelling help in semaphore.
No, it's YMCA version, isn't it?
It's NUJV apparently.
Nujv.
Nujv.
Who can forget that seminal? Maybe that's what Yoko wanted to call it.
Yeah.
Sick
Right,
Beatles burns.
Help looks pretty bad in semaphore.
Oh, would you care to explain?
It's on the Wikipedia page under the album cover section.
Maybe
So
read
the
it myself.
angles for semaphore of help aren't very visually appealing.
Oh yeah,
whereas
no,
the
I agree.
semaphore for what they actually were doing looks very good.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that film? Help. 1965. Good grief.
What film?
Help.
What was it? What?
There was a film called Help, starring the Beatles.
Oh. No.
Help sees the group struggle to record their new album while trying to protect somebody from a sinister cult and a pair of mad scientists, all of whom are obsessed with obtaining one of the rings stuck on Ringo's finger.
We've got to stop the cult getting Ringo's rings.
No, it's honestly ridiculous. There's a whole point where they're chanting and singing, and a tiger escapes from an underground basement. It's very strange. It's bizarrely funny, but. I always remember there's one point where there's the Beatles are walking back to their houses and they've got 4 houses next to each other, either 4 front doors. They all walk into them in unison and close the doors, and it cuts to inside. And it's just one massive house with 4 front doors.
That's funny. That was really good.
See, that? That's clever. I like that.
Yeah. It does say, while not reviewed at the time with the same high level of admiration as their first film, the film is regarded a half-century later as being influential, including in the subsequent development of music videos. That's quite interesting.
Yeah. It's quite interesting just to watch as a piece of musician history, if you will. Because I've never been a massive fan of the Beatles, but the album Help has always been part of my childhood because my parents let me listen to it when I was growing up. So that film and that album are very much ingrained in my mind. I'm not really a massive fan of the Beatles otherwise, but Help is something I quite enjoy.
Cool.
Anyway,
No, I was never big on Beatles, but my granddad really liked them. It's kind of I've heard a lot of their songs just through secondhand hearing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. A lot of people I've worked with somebody who adored them and they were her favorite band, and I'm just okay, cool, I can see why people like them.
Yeah, no, fair.
Not my favorite, but I can understand why people adore them. Anyway.
Yes, hello, welcome back to Inaudible, the podcast.
That's all getting cut, isn't it?
No, but I will have to I will have to re-record the intro now. Hello, welcome back to Inaudible, the podcast that's impossible to listen to. Hello, how is everyone?
Hello. I'm good.
As
Finally
always.
had 2 days off in a row. Yeah.
You what, sorry?
I finally had 2 days off in a row.
Oh,
First time in ages.
An end week.
Yes, in the middle of the week.
End weeken, as they say in Germany.
Endvicum.
Endvicum, yes.
Endvicum. Yes, good.
Endvicum van der Merwe from District 9.
And we come and come.
I have it on DVD. I've never actually watched it.
Oh, it's very good, you know.
Is it?
Yes. I would recommend it. It's one of my recommendations of whatever year that came out. A little sneak peek for the future of the podcast.
2007, I think?
Ooh, spoilers.
Yeah.
Because I remember I bought it on DVD at the same time that I bought 9.
Oh, right.
Like the Tim Burton film, 9.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
9.
And I remember thinking the film was, okay, this film's all right, but I vastly preferred the short film that it was based on.
Oh, yeah. What was that?
Because it wasn't voiced by Elijah Wood.
Oh, okay.
No, 10 would have been the longer film.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
That's
fair
the
enough. You had a
director's
better
cut.
joke than me. You had a better joke than me. We were on the same wavelength, but you'd thought a bit quicker about it than I had.
I started off.
I just-
I opened my mouth to say 8, but then I thought that's not significantly shorter.
Okay. See, I opened my mouth and said the first number that came into my head.
Yeah. The next one after 9 makes sense.
I suppose it depends what order you're going in. If 10 or 8 comes before or after 9.
I suppose it depends which direction you experience time.
Yeah, which is bigger, 10 or 8? Depends on what order you're going.
Which is bigger, 10 or 8? Allow me to enumerate.
Well,
That's number one.
Billy Piper would say 10 probably, but I don't know if anyone's
Ba-dum-tish.
McGann's.
Oh, that's actually a thing. Did you see that they announced the thing for Doctor Who?
I've
What
got that
doctor?
in
Are
my
you gonna
life.
talk about the Time Lord Victorious, are you mentioning?
Yes, I am going
Yes.
to talk about the Time Lord
I
Victorious.
noticed it. I wrote it down, but I figured you two would want to talk about it as well. So I did no research on it and thought just let them do the dirty work.
Oh.
So it's basically a multimedia thing that they're doing involving 8, 9, and 10.
Oh yeah, no, I
Wait,
did
what?
read that. I did read that.
Yeah,
What's going on?
it's going to
What?
be. Hang on, let me see. I'm sure Christian has the link somewhere.
Basically, crossing over like comics, audios,
Yeah, there we go.
and other shit. We're gonna have a story featuring McGann, Eccleston,
And
Tennant.
Tennant.
What, they're actually all like gonna
Well,
join?
because it's going to be.
I don't know about Eccleston.
I think they've said something about Eccleston,
Oh, that would
unless,
be really
unless
cool. if it was.
his contribution is going to be via comics or
Yeah.
So-
novelization.
It's
Could be.
including Penguin Random House, BBC Books, Doctor Who Magazine, Titan Comics, Escape Hunt, Big Finish, and Immersive Everywhere, whatever they are.
Whatever they are, they're everywhere.
Yeah. But it's going to be interesting, to say the
That is
least.
gonna be, yeah, the picture they use is quite interesting as well.
Yeah.
For the benefit of the tape, it's battered up David Tennant in Time Lord gear.
Yes. Also, there is somewhere I did have it, so I've seen it, but I didn't save the link. There's an official like continuity page on the BBC Doctor Who website, which just lists
right.
every story in order, and they've listed this
Fuck.
one. They've put the Time Lord Victorious between Waters of Mars and the other one,
Oh.
End of Time.
Okay.
Ooh.
Tennant's going backwards and having a bit of a midlife crisis.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Presumably, his kind of segment of this Time Lord Victorious will end with him picking up a lei wreath and sunglasses, because that's what he
Yeah.
Oh,
had
that's
at the
always a
start.
guarantee.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And installing
Or
a
Yeah, he'll hear the
automatic
cloister
lock
bell.
system into the TARDIS.
yeah.
He'll hear the cloister bell, yeah, just to...
Beep, beep.
Because isn't like a
Was
lot
that the
of things
cloister bell?
supposed to happen?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like a lot of Tennant's extra stories supposed to take place in between those two. 'Cause
Yeah.
Where's the 50th supposed to take place?
People have figured it out because you can tell by what he's wearing.
For
But I can't
Tennant,
remember
it
when.
would be some point between that because it's after Waters of Mars and at the start of End of Time that the Doctor basically says, "Oh, good Queen Bess." Well, not quite the nickname she's got
Yeah.
anymore. Something like that.
Virgin Queen.
That's
Was
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't call her the Virgin Queen anymore. Something like that. Oh,
So there we go. In Voyage of the Damned, the Doctor is 903. In the End of Time, he is 906. In Day of the Doctor, he claims to be 904.
oh,
Okay.
Are you on the Stack Exchange page that I've just opened?
Yes, I am.
okay.
Yeah, so it's clearly sometime between Voyage of the Damned and
Okay.
so it's after Voyage of the Damned, which is that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget which two series that comes between.
3 and 4,
Yeah.
Okay.
because it's right at the
before
end when Martha leaves and then the Titanic crashes through.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
One of the better. Christmas
Well,
specials, I feel.
Martha leaves, the Fifth Doctor shows up, buggers off again, and then the Titanic. But yeah,
Yeah. That's the official canon.
that's my I follow that canon.
Mm. Yep,
Canon.
fair.
Come on. I followed that cannon until the moment they fired it.
I'm sure you do.
Actually,
Fired it off a cliff.
sticking on the David Tennant, Rain and Catherine Tate, they've made a sequel to their teacher and whatever her student character was sketch.
Yeah,
Oh.
from her sketch show, yeah.
That's it, Lauren.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? Oh shit! They made a sequel. Oh, I need
Yeah.
to watch that.
Yeah, there was a thing on what do they call it, Big Night In or something.
Oh
On,
my
yeah.
god, that's awesome.
There was
on
some Little Britain
the
thing on
BBC.
Midnight In.
Oh yeah, they had a Little
Did they?
Britain reunion as
Did
well.
Oh,
Yeah, but just
I
like
haven't been paying attention
Oh.
to.
but it was just like
TV or anything
obviously
like this at
all
all.
recorded
No, I
over
haven't really.
webcam. Well, I
No,
follow the
no.
British
Oh.
comedy page, so I
Hmm,
I see it all here.
Nice.
that's
Um,
awesome.
What sketch was it they did? That's right. It was it was sort of kind of like fairly half baked, but that just added to the comedy of it because it was literally just the two of them on like split screen with webcams,
Yeah.
and they had like their outfits were just like bits of pieces of paper stuck to their front and things like that. Like for like David Thomas, he used to wear the like the skin tight red suit. They just had like a red ball under Matt Lucas's chin, and then just like a like a crayon drawing of like whales, like just like grassy.
Oh, dear.
And they had the hello, I'm a lady, and hello, I'm also a lady, but I don't think we can do this sketch anymore.
I suppose
I cracked up at that one.
I suppose the good thing to all this is that it's inspiring creativity. Or uncreativity,
Yeah.
as you could possibly say in some.
Yeah.
I'd say it's definitely inspiring creativity.
No,
it's making people do a lot with very little.
That's
Uncle
what
creativity.
I meant is, but by like uncreativity is that the joke is kind of we haven't got much, so this is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna do the best of it. Do you get what I mean? They're gonna be creative with the uncreative. I tried to be a bit wibbly wobbly with that joke, and it didn't really work, did it?
Yeah, I get what you mean though. It's like how some of the best episodes of some TV shows have been with the shoestring budget and hardly anything going on.
Yeah.
Like,
bottle
the
episodes.
Fly in
of it
Breaking
is
Bad.
the brilliance of it.
Or
Yeah,
or the one where no one's ready in Friends.
marooned.
Marooned, absolutely. It's the ones with like, it's just people talking. That's somehow the best kind of comedy.
Tell me about it.
Where,
You're listening to Inaudible.
see, the thing is, we've got the people talking, which is out of the comedy.
Well, that was it. That we all laughed. That's what that counts.
Sure, as long as we laugh, that's the important thing.
Let me just tick that off. We've done our joke for this week. There we go.
Well, that's our joke. Oh man.
Oh well, we might as well hang up now. There's no point.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Beep, beep, beep. That was, yeah, someone just did a very good Skype hang up impression. I didn't hear who it was.
Not me.
Oh.
I'm not
No,
really
it wasn't that one. Maybe it was just a distortion made it sound better.
Oh,
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, you'll find out in the
Yes.
edit.
I just sort of made a boom noise. Boom.
But didn't Skype used to go,
No.
what was it that does that?
Ah.
Like that. Something does that when you hang up, I'm sure.
What? Something just goes when you sign off.
There's like that.
It's such a weird thing.
Anyway, talking of weird things,
I genuinely have no idea what you're talking about.
And such it
Are
matters.
you googling this now? What program orgasms when you closes it?
no, I've just googled Skype sighing sound. Yeah, it's when you log out. Skype log out noise.
Well, I haven't used Skype in ages, so
I used Skype like twice, and that was attempting to contact you too. And then Discord became a thing, and I was like, okay, no, this is.
Hang on, look. It does this when you sign in, and it does something similar when it does it like an opposite when you sign out. But I can't find that. You just have to take my word for it. Anyway, so Doctor Who. what's also happened is that Paul Cornell, who wrote Father's Day and various other books and shit, has written a little short story featuring the 13th Doctor. Which which, you know, it's actually fine because it's written by a competent writer.
I know.
That's who should have been the showrunner.
Gotta keep on running.
Gotta get loose. So that was cool. And also he wrote a little, because this story references human nature a little bit with the Doctor sort of starting to regret what she did. And then there's also a little prequel to Human Nature and Family of Blood, because that was adapted from a story with Bernie Summerfield and I think the Seventh Doctor.
Yeah, it was the Seventh Doctor. Yeah.
I knew it was Seventh. I didn't know it was a Benny story as well.
And so
I might have to check out the original.
So Paul Cornell's written a little prequel and a postquel to Human Nature and Family of Blood, which altogether tie in those two stories and actually canonize them both rather than which is quite cool. And so both of those stories were done as like short little audio plays on that Doctor Who Lockdown YouTube channel.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I'd recommendo.
He wrote the adaptation for the Scream of Shalka?
Apparently so.
Oh no, he actually wrote the Scream of Shalka. Oh shit.
And the adaptation.
Yeah.
Nice.
In other screen news,
Oh.
do you know BBC America are doing a Pratchett adaptation?
What?
And everyone hates how it looks because it looks also kind of like cyberpunk.
Oh, tell me that's not an actual screenshot.
That is
from
an actual screenshot of it
Oh dear.
that I've put for everyone in the call.
I don't know anything about Pratchett.
Yeah, I don't.
So.
Me neither.
Okay, so this is not it.
No, it really isn't.
Really?
What the actual shit?
How do
Yeah.
they get the rights though?
By
Money.
spending money, yeah. In other news,
Crime isn't legalized. Set in a fictional city where crime has been legalized. Did they even read the fucking books?
well, that's Americans for you. But in brighter news,
Stop opening Minecraft, you fucking stupid computer. Sorry.
in brighter news,
Yes.
they
I did see this one.
Yes, I've posted it linked to an article in The Guardian, where they're saying they will get absolutely faithful TV adaptations, not like the BBC America one. So there might be something better to look forward to with all of that.
You know what that means? It's not going to have a terrible ending like Game of Thrones.
Woo! Yeah,
Netflix hasn't jumped on it really.
but they haven't said in this article who's going to be making it. So I think they're just trying to. I think they're just trying to pitch it or produce, get the early production done at the moment, sort of thing.
The problem is, like, they've got a lot of books that they can do, right?
Yeah.
Except they're going to have to recast some people from the older.
How do you mean?
Well, I don't think David Jason is up for doing another seven TV series.
Well, yeah.
You know?
I mean, I don't think it's related
In a
to the
pair
previous
of
one.
different roles.
I kind of assumed they would recast everyone.
Yeah, but hopefully they'll still get the same voice for Death, because Death was awesome.
Yeah. I always those adaptations were pretty good. I always disliked how sort of like silly seeming they were, which kind of seems silly when you're talking about Discworld, but I
get what you mean.
I felt like they were a couple of steps away from having sort of I can't whistle. Doing sound effects and things, slide whistles.
It was like
and boings and what
one
have
bad
you.
decision away from having a laugh track.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Whereas I always felt like Discworld it's like it should feel like a real world, not a magical world. It's just full of silly stuff.
It's a real world that just happens to have magic in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I know
anyway.
exactly the sort of feel you mean.
But they were still good. They were pretty
I wonder how much of
faithful
that is down to the way it
adaptations.
was shot.
Yeah.
Because like looking at it, it looks like a made-for-TV series.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like if you like color graded it a little bit, it might get a little bit of that.
Yeah. So the thing I've always had in my head is like shoot them like some of the darker seeming Harry Potter films, but just have it
Yes.
exactly the same sort of script and everything. I think that would work well.
Yeah.
But you know,
I mean, you can only make
them, am
things
I?
so dark when you're trying to, steal stuff from the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, Pratchett incoming.
Highly recommend watching Hogs Watch.
Yes, I highly recommend all that, and also
Hogwarts, Colour
reading
of Magic.
reading the books. They're very
Yes, highly recommend reading them.
good. I think a lot of people.
Or indeed, using today's sponsor, audible.com. If only.
Oh dear.
A beautiful segue.
Yeah, it would.
See,
Unfortunately,
Audible, we made it easy for you.
I mean, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't like audiobooks, so it's not happening.
Do you really think anybody who advertises these things actually likes the service? They just do it for money.
Yeah, I don't know. If we
Do you
ever
think
got
anybody actually plays Raid Shadow Legends?
no, that's the thing. If we ever got strong and big, I would have massive crises of morality. Because I'd only ever want to sponsor things that I actually liked, but then at the same time they'd probably offer me money, and I'd go,
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I think I'd split it 4 ways, then I'd turn them down. I'd ask for 4 times more.
4 ways.
Or if it's something you don't like, you take the money, but you donate a bit of it to charity just to ease your mind.
Uh,
You don't say how much a bit is.
Or to which charity?
yeah,
No.
I'll set up a charitable
I'm sad.
company.
I want it all to go to donkeys.
Oh dear. I remember having one of my maths teachers at school. He started off this like this maths problem, and then I can't remember how, but he segued into this big rant about how he went to this donkey sanctuary and he was looking around thinking, surely there are better things to spend your charity money on. And he started going on about how this bench had a plaque on it to say, like, you know, such and such left everything to the donkeys he loved so much. And like, our teacher, he could not get his head around this. He was like, oh my God, get a life. Anyway, on with the maths problem. And the first line of the problem was, the Black Death hits a donkey sanctuary.
Wow.
I mean,
It was
I
like the
have
biggest
nothing
setup
against
to
donkeys per se,
Yeah.
but it's like I get what he means.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, I was about to say something that was, Pratchett. So you sometimes read
Yes.
people kind of dismissing his books as like kind of silly, jokey fantasy sort of thing, and like,
yeah.
I've seen some actual like serious reviewers say that, and then it comes out that they've never actually read the books, because I feel like, there's a lot of heavy satire and stuff like that in the Pratchett books, which is really, really, really good. That's my thought. If I recently read Jingo for the first time, and that is even more relevant than when it was written right now. That's
I think I need to read them. It's been a long time.
Monstrous
I
Regiment
still
is
haven't
my
finished.
favourite.
Did I actually finish getting through Dance with Dragons? It's been a long time since I did any reading, to be honest. I think I was reading the Ketty J trilogy again. That's right, I was reading them because the 4th one came out and I got it for my birthday years ago, and I started rereading the series and never actually got to the end.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really good. Steampunk, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Really good.
Yeah. I'd really recommend, I don't know if you heard of Brandon Sanderson, the author.
No.
Okay, well, he's an author. He's a fantasy author. I've only read one of his series. It's like a little trilogy.
Wheel of Time.
Yeah, he finished The Wheel of Time, yeah.
All right.
But his kind of like breakthrough series, and the only one that I've read so far, is, I think it's called the Mistborn trilogy or something like that. And I recommend it because it's like, he's a good writer as well, but he's someone who clearly puts a lot of effort into actually thinking what the plot is going to be and how it all fits together, which means that it's really, really satisfying and it comes together in such a good way. And I actually watched
He thinks about the overarching plot.
Yeah. And I watched some of his, he's done lectures for universities that have been put up on the lines and stuff. And like, he pretty much says as much without putting it so literally as well, that he puts a lot of effort into that. But yeah, like it's the setting is like it's a world where 2,000 years ago the Dark Lord won and has been ruling the world for those 2,000 years as like an absolute sort of god. And you know, like everything's dark, vegetation doesn't grow, ash is constantly falling from the sky, there's an oppressed underclass and all that sort of stuff. And I'm gonna spoil it a little bit to make you understand how cool it is. Basically the plot of the first book is this plucky gang of whoever decide that they're going to kill this Dark Lord and free the world. And so, spoiler alert, they win. But at the end of the first book, as this Dark Lord figure is dying, he basically says, "You fools, what have you done? I was the only thing keeping you all safe. I was the only thing holding it back." That sort of thing. Oh, and then they spend the next two books trying to figure out what the fuck they've done. It's so good.
That sounds
anyway.
cool.
I was thinking about that earlier. I wanted to have a little the opposite of a rant about it.
So you sort of did the exact opposite to what Chris Chibnall's done.
Oh yes, I guess.
How about that?
I mean,
speaking of Chris Chibnall, let's head into Doctor Who. Doctor Who was shown on TV. TV is the opposite to films. Films of 1993.
TV is the opposite of films.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? TV, small screen. Films, big screen.
But
well, 1992, weren't we?
Yeah, 92, sorry.
Surely the opposite of a film is something where you shoot light out of your eyes, it hits a screen, reflects off of the screen into a device that collects the light and records it onto a tape.
Yeah, that's film.
That's
That's film. God.
Okay, but no, that's TV. That's opposite of film.
You know what I mean.
Anyway, yes, Flim of the Yar, 1992.
Film of the Yar.
Flim
Yes.
de Yar.
Did you do poll thingy?
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, what was the?
I forgot again. Oh, and by the way, people have been voting on the other poll after it closed. You can't actually close it.
Wait a minute. What was my film of last year?
It was Hot Shots.
We're on 92 this year, aren't we?
Yes.
How the hell did I not mention Bill and Ted?
I don't know, but it was mentioned.
What, last year? Yeah, it was. You mentioned it, you just didn't have it as your top.
Yeah.
Oh. Fair enough. My brain is all over the place. Carry on.
So yeah, we've had a couple of extra votes for Back to the Future Part 3, and a couple of extra votes for The Witches. So if we were counting the votes for 1990 now, Back to the Future Part 3 would win, but unfortunately, we have strict time limits.
I was gonna say, probably don't do that, because that's how I'm able to keep a track of what one's won in the past, is by finally voting on it, but in the past. Do you get what I mean?
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ironically, in terms of Back to the Future, we don't go back in time.
No.
So
But we do go
forwards.
future in time. Yeah, forwards, that's it. That's the one.
We do go future in time. That'd be what language talk.
We go front to the past, or front to the
Well,
future.
We technically need to go back one more to find out what won last year.
Yes. What?
And then we can
1990?
go to the...
What 1991, you might say? So, in joint last place with nothing, and I'm disgusted by this result, is The Naked Gun 2.5 and Hot Shots.
Oh.
Yeah. In second place, 20%, is Beauty and the Beast, brackets, the animated one, close brackets.
Oh.
So the clear winner with 80% of the votes, although not as many people voted on this one. Yeah, there was a lot more votes on the previous one, but oh well, 80% of those people voted for the Addams Family.
Good grief.
There we are.
Oh.
There we go. That's that.
They are creepy and they are kooky.
They're all too...
And they're also the winners of 19...
Yes, that too.
They are mysterious and spooky.
They've
all
got
together.
80%.
All together, ookie.
They
rigged the fucking vote.
Alright. I wonder if I can actually close this poll. No, you can only delete it. That's rubbish. Oh well. Anyway, hello. Welcome back to an Audible Film of the Year,
Oh.
1992. Who'd like
It's
to
going
go
to be a
first?
segment on its own.
Yeah. Any volunteers?
Well, I've only got 4 in total that I think everyone's going to have as their top 4 or their top 1.
I
Okay.
have 2.
Is it?
So-
Okay.
My
No,
my top 1. I've got 2 for top. I've got 5 altogether, but 2 for top 1. I can't decide between.
What?
So I don't know whether to let one of you lot go
Well-
first and see if you choose one of them.
See, that's what I'm thinking as well.
Okay, well, I've
And
decided,
then-
so I mean...
That's what I mean. I was wondering. I'd let all you 2, 3 go first, and then I'll go last. And if any of you have chosen one of my 2, I'll choose the other one of the 2 first, and then it more of a
Because
poll.
I think the thing is, I think me and Alex have both got the same film for our number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, Alex, you go, then I'll go, and then we can let these 2 indecisios go. Indecisios.
Well, runner-up is years ago. Sister Act.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just, yeah, yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. And my top 1 is clearly Aladdin.
Yep.
Ah,
Yeah.
a la Aldine.
Okay, Al or maybe just Din. How about Laddie? Yeah, boy.
I'm a laddie.
Yeah, good choice. Although, like most of these Disney films from the early 90s, I actually haven't seen them since the early 90s, so I don't hold them in as high
massive.
regard as a lot of people.
How about you watch that one instead of the remake?
Well, yeah, definitely. I don't think I've got any desire to watch the remake.
Don't. It's terrible.
It's so forgetful.
Yeah.
Like, I forgot how it started while we were watching it.
Yeah,
Oh,
preaching to the choir.
I forgot this other film was out, so no, that mine isn't Aladdin. I do have a different film.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll go next. There's, I got like, 3. I got 3 main ones, and then at the end I'll come back to the list of any we may have missed to stop the moaners. So number 3, Aladdin.
Yep.
Number 2 is also Sister Act. And number 1, I mean, I've referenced this film so often. I think if anyone has read the list of films that came out in this year, they might be able to guess. It is Death Becomes Her.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I've never seen
Okay.
that.
Yeah. No. But we will get back to that within my list. It's not one of the top 2, but it is. Well, it's not one of the 2 that are fighting, but it is number 2. Spoilers. We will. There's a big running theme with this year. I'm starting to notice.
Ooh, I like the concept for this.
It's great, Death Becomes Her, and it's got stunning visual effects.
I'll have to put that on my list and watch it before next week so you can hear my opinion.
Oh, I
Definitely.
haven't watched Hot Shots, by the way, but I did
It
download it.
might be. Last I checked, it was on YouTube.
Oh,
Really?
Whether copyright's got to it, because this was back when I was with Dave.
wow.
It's on YouTube to rent.
It would make more.
Yeah.
I was going to say
This
it would be good if it hadn't been killed, because that would fit the theme of Death Becomes Her.
This was. I think this was before YouTube got big on their renting and buying system.
I think somebody has uploaded it in like 5-minute chunks. Yeah, there's 24. Death Becomes Her 1992. Somebody called Potato Kim has uploaded it in 24 parts. Yeah.
Potato Kim. Thanks, Kim, or Potato, whichever you prefer.
Anyway,
Yeah, Death Becomes Her. You pushed me down the stairs, etc. Very good.
I need to watch it.
Who'd like to go next?
Well, my list has formed now by this point, so I
okay.
can.
Go for it.
It's going to
Okay,
hatch from
so-
the Digitama.
I think I know what your
did-
top 2 are gonna be.
Well, I did have one or 2 extra ones, but they didn't make the top 5, so I knocked them off the list. They might be in the others that Christian might get to. I can't remember. Number 5, Batman Returns.
Nice.
Number 4, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. Number 3,
Suicide
starting
Bomber.
this trend, Death Becomes Her.
Ah.
Number 2, keeping up the trend, Aladdin.
Ah,
Nice.
And number 1, following the trend even more, Sister Act.
ah. I
And
thought
think-
Grief.
I did think
think
you were
you-
going to pick
okay.
Aladdin.
So it was between Aladdin and Sister Act, both of which hold dear places in my childhood heart. However, Aladdin got chosen by Alex, so
Yeah.
that gave me an extra reason not to. And Whoopi Goldberg was always one of my all-time, just since I was like, before I understood actors and actresses, she was just one of the actresses I'd watch anything I could have.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever see her on Muppets Tonight? It's funny.
I probably have. I can't
She
remember. off
did
the top of
a
my head. I've looked up a lot of stuff over the years.
she did a duet with Miss Piggy, and they were like vying
That
for
does sound
attention. It's
familiar,
absolutely
actually,
fucking
yeah.
hilarious.
That does sound familiar. I think wasn't she on Whose Line at one point as well?
Yeah, I
Yeah, she
think
might
so.
have been, yeah. No, she was, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think you showed me Sister Act actually. Yeah,
Oh,
'cause
okay.
I'd never seen it before.
Yeah. I've got it on VHS up there.
Mm.
Yeah.
So something I've learned from this whole day is I need to fucking watch Sister Act. Apparently,
Yeah.
It is
And
fun.
Death Becomes Her.
if
Yeah.
all three of you, with let's be honest, somewhat significantly different upbringings and styles of things, all enjoy this film, quite clearly I'm missing out on something.
I mean, you can. It's church-based music, but you can enjoy it anyway. Because
well, I mean,
of-
Blues Brothers is technically church-based music.
Yeah, I
That's
mean, like
it.
it's not like
But
it's
I
a
mean,
religious film.
no, but I mean, like, I can just still enjoy the songs out of context
Yeah. Okay.
anyway.
Oh, that's
But
fair.
Yeah, I've got to be honest. It's a good year for these films. There's
Yeah.
Yeah.
the last couple of years, I've just been thinking, oh, there's that one, or I guess I have seen that one. But yeah, this one was where I was just like, yep, I like that. I like that one. I like that one. That was good.
Yep, that's fair. Right, so my films.
Your film.
You might see a familiar one in here somewhere.
A
So,
familiar.
number 5,
Yeah.
Army of Darkness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good old Bruce Campbell with Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
You see,
parody of the original.
I
It's
have
like-
seen. Okay, maybe throw that on as an honourable one for me.
yeah, because it's done by Sam Raimi.
Title. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because he was original for his horror stuff. Because he did the original, the original Evil Dead.
Oh.
Have you
So-
seen the Evil Dead's, Christian?
No,
No, I've got them. Maybe we'll have to stick because
I know this is about the 10th time we've said this.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll stick them on the reactor. Will one day.
Yeah, because it's Ash Williams in like the Middle Ages.
That's the wheel going
and it's
round.
like,
Sorry.
all right, you primitive screwheads, listen up. This is my boomstick.
Yeah.
Absolutely iconic. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Number 4, Wayne's World.
Yep.
Wayne. Okay. Yeah.
I'm amazed that wasn't on your list, Oz. It feels like your sort of film.
It's. I do like it, but it couldn't be any of the others.
That's entirely fair.
So.
Number 3, Batman Returns.
yeah. Mhm.
Oddly enough, I am 6 days older than this film.
Oh.
What,
Yeah, it was
Batman
released on
Returns?
June. Okay, June. Fuck, I thought it was July. Shit. Okay, ignore that. Cut that. Cut that. Why did I think it was July? Number 2 is Aladdin, 1992, obviously, the animated version. And number 1, because Aladdin already been taken, but I do love this film anyway. Alien 3.
Ah.
Okay. I haven't seen past 1.
Isn't 2 considered the best? Or is that the
Aliens
Godfather?
is Aliens is considered to be, quite frankly, the best of the set. Yes. However, Alien 3 is very, very different. Sort of takes it back to the single alien in a group of secluded places, and it's a lot more horror than action. Yeah, but it's also got extra roles by Charles Dance and Paul McGann. So
Paul McGann.
and Brian Glover, Lance Henriksen. You know.
Pull my gun. Right.
Whee!
Oh God. And Resurrection, the sequel, was written by Joss Whedon. So
Okay. Okay.
Anyway, so
Was Joss
Alien
Whedon
3.
the person who did Buffy, or was that the other
Aye.
guy?
Yes, he did
and
Buffy
the
and
Avengers.
Avengers and
Okay,
Firefly.
okay. Just double checking, because that was one of the films that I thought
Big
was
boss name.
worth mentioning that
Oh.
came out in 1992 was Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
So
Yeah.
so it started off as a film, and it was absolute shit basically.
Yeah, because
I haven't seen the.
I saw it on the
did
list and
you-
thought,
if I
hang on
have,
a
I can't
minute.
And then so because it did so shit, Joss Whedon basically made it into a series.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make it my way.
yeah.
Literally.
Apparently he made
Documentary
it
footage.
because he got so sick of seeing the helpless blonde stereotype in all the horror movies who gets killed off first, and he wanted to just have a better image.
Yeah.
So other films that came out in 1992 that made me go, was The Lawnmower Man, which I've heard is all right. Basic Instinct, where she uncrosses her legs and you can see her family.
Base sock instinct, where it's replaced with socks.
Yeah. Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest, aka
Really?
Avatar 1.
Oh god.
I never understood why the bat was called Batty. Isn't that called, like calling a human humany?
Manny. The re-release of Pinocchio was that year as well.
Oh, Pinocchio.
Pinocchio. Reservoir Dogs came out in 92.
Oh.
The Muppet Christmas Carol, which almost made my list, but I can't really remember it, even though I know that I've seen it at some
Oh,
point.
why was that? That should have been on my honorable mention.
on the honourable.
Such a good film that is.
Sticking him on the honourables.
Stick him on the honourables.
The Unmentionables.
Oh, stick it up here. Oh, stick it in your honourables. Your mention, your mentions, your honour, your unmentionables.
do you want to try that again?
Nope. I've said what I've said.
Speaking of your honour, judges in America are having to
Can I just
physically
say the
tell
last film
people-
on the list,
Oh,
which was
and then there was
which
one
was
more. I thought I was going to segue in the middle and then segue back. Last film, go on.
We've gone through a chicane, like in Colin McRae Rally. It was just Bram Stoker's Dracula came out in 92 as well. Anyway, yes, Ozzy, we've handbrake turned. We're back on the track.
Sorry. Your honours, I'm judges in
Your mentionables.
Your mentionables in America are physically having to ask attorneys to put on proper clothes and look a bit sensible for their
Oh, wow.
their conference calls, not like sitting in like a towel in front of your pool or just in front
Someone
on
actually
your
did
bed
that.
in a
Brushing your
dressing
teeth.
gown.
It's America, of course they did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
That was
Circling
just
around to that whole
little
situation.
thing I knew that wasn't big enough for anything, and I wondered if I'd ever get it in there, and I was trying to get it in there, but it didn't quite have the gravitas I expected.
Are we talking about a towel?
Yeah.
Always carry a towel, useful for billions of things.
Yes.
So circling around to the whole Backstreet Boys reunion tour situation.
You can say
So I won't
COVID-19.
I know, but I prefer to call it the Backstreet Boys reunion tour. So work is now open.
What, completely?
Yeah,
Oh.
all the furloughed people have come back from being furloughed.
Oh, geez. Now contrast
Yeah.
that to my place of work,
Well,
which
your-
has sent out
your
an email
work
yesterday.
or
I sent out an email yesterday saying
Yeah.
that they're not opening the office until the end of July at the earliest.
Bloody hell.
That's not great.
No, but it's
Yeah.
all like controlled entry, and only certain like X number of people are allowed in at any one time.
Controlled entry.
Yeah, that's what she said. No,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it's a little bit unnerving because it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to deal with all the furlough people coming back. 'Cause that's not a small number of people, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit okay.
I just think it's odd. It's an odd choice of shop to say is essential. Honestly, it's.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
I can-
I highly agree.
I mean, like, you know, tradesmen are going to need things to carry out repairs and things like that. I think that's absolutely fine. But I mean, just opening it up doesn't seem right. I think what they were doing before with what you mentioned, they had like kind of click and collect and was open. That makes sense, but it should only be for certain things, you know.
Yeah, but like the whole click and collect thing was getting to the point where I think I said on. Oh no, it was this Monday. So Monday, not. think I mentioned I did. Was it 11 miles
Oh wow.
walking at work?
Wow.
Yeah, in one day, like 22,000 steps. It was.
I would walk
It's I'm not used to
11
doing that.
miles and I would walk 11 more. Hang on.
Yeah.
Just to be the man to help you buy some tiles to put down on your floor. There we go.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
I knew it was going somewhere.
was
I had to
good.
finish.
That was I will get that was brilliant. Well done.
Thanks.
But yeah, yeah, it is kind of strange how it is classed as an essential, but the whole reason that it has been opened is because we were getting so tired. I had like blisters all over my feet from doing so much walking
Jeez.
that it was basically decided that no, this is opening up is going to be easier and safer like health wise for the colleagues than anything else.
That doesn't make
Instead
sense
of-
given what you said about the situation
Yeah, it
before.
still
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah,
It's,
but it's like if we're
you shouldn't-
walking all over the place.
Yeah. Shouldn't have been in that
it's like-
situation to start with.
No, to be honest, and I'm kind of annoyed that I was one of the ones who had to stay on the shop floor.
Yeah.
But
For high.
We're not getting any bonuses for having stayed on at all. We're not even getting like an extra week of holiday. No, nothing.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
You
Just
not
no-
like
I mean, what am I going to do? I'm also back up to my full 30 hours, so I'm doing even more work. Yeah, it's a whole crazy situation to say the least.
Damn. Well,
Yeah,
there we are. I was going to head
that
up
was
to
work update for you there.
I was going to head up to Morrison's on the weekend because I want to buy some gluten-free supplies.
Oh, the one at the mall.
Yeah, maybe I'll pop into B&Q and get some hardboard.
You'd have to queue.
Oh, maybe not then.
Ironically.
You will be queuing.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go. It's amazing. Like the average age of the person who was in there the other day
3.
was over 35, easily. Like it's all like
that-
the older people who just don't quite
over
understand
30.
that it's
Over 35 isn't that old.
no,
It's
but it's like
you
on
know,
average it
we're
was
only
people
7 years
who
away.
don't care about the younger workers. Who don't care about the workers. They're more caring about they need their things. Therefore, I don't care who gets hurt.
Understand how to order shit offline.
Well, you can't anymore at the moment because Click and Collect is closed.
Oh,
but-
okay.
Click and collect are closed.
Yeah, because we needed to catch up because on a day we'd average about 300 picks coming through, 300 orders, and so somebody would have to go and pick all those and then put them out, and then somebody doesn't come and pick it up for at least 3 weeks, and then we wonder what. And then they come in and wonder, well, why have you cancelled my order? Because you ordered it on the 9th and it's now the 22nd, and you didn't come and pick it up. So of course we got rid of it because you're taking up valuable space and using valuable trolley. So go away, you idiot.
God.
Anyway, yeah, people are annoying.
People just do nothing,
Yeah.
as they say. Well, best
But
of luck with it all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Be sure to keep you all updated.
Oh,
Yes.
cool.
How's everyone else's work
didn't
going?
ask you to, but
Wow.
What did you say?
Well, we didn't ask you to. It's just like I thought the whole point of this was to like
I was
to be talking and talk about things with other people. If you don't want me to talk, then fine. I'll just go away.
it's
What did you say? What? I was.
it's better
that.
that you say stuff because nothing really interesting's happened at my work. I've been scrubbing and cleaning.
like Crichton.
I didn't get rid of work.
Yeah.
Oh, then again, actually, no, I do have something interesting happen.
Oh dear.
So, you know how people are getting furloughed if they join a new company after before 28th of February.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
They now changed that to the 19th of March. So I rang my area manager and I was like, "Yeah, so am I going to be getting paid? You know, because they've now changed it, so you kind of have to pay me basically." And she said, "Oh, yeah, no, I'm waiting to hear back from head office." That was about last week now, and I've heard nothing since. So she's like, "Oh, it's not if you joined us before then; it's if you went on payroll before then." I
Is that
joined
actually what they said?
That's actually what they said. Yeah, that's actually what it says on the government website. Like, if you're put on the payee roll. So I was like, okay. So I'm just waiting to hear back from her really, and I'm just like, I have a suspicious feeling they're going to basically try and pull a sneaky one again.
Yeah, try and not pay you.
Pretty much.
really
Still waiting.
disgusting.
Still waiting to hear back, but yeah, it's like, well, they've changed it now. So, I mean, I don't know how long it would have taken them to put me on the pay system. I joined beginning of March.
I'm going to say it's going to take them conveniently just too long.
Yep, probably.
Why are people such
Why would
shits?
Because
What a
this
nightmare.
government and this economy doesn't work.
It was at this point that we started talking about politics and had to be restrained.
I was going to talk more about the NHS, but I think we'll leave it there.
That's fair.
Yeah. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome back
Welcome
to
back.
the outro of Inaudible.
Oh,
If you've enjoyed anything you've listened to, I was trying to remember where I got to before I cut the bit out that I've cut out that no one's heard, but now I'm talking about it. It'll seem really weird. Anyway, yes, if you've enjoyed anything that you've heard, don't forget to tell someone about the podcast who doesn't already know about it. And remember, talking is a form of entertainment, as we discussed earlier, and sometimes there are jokes. You can email us at contact@termcode.net, which I think is the email address. And you can follow Invisible Tower and all that bollocks, Pheasant Films, TS Reactions, etc., etc.,
Alex doesn't have a channel.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
I do,
weird
I just- I
extra
don't.
one.
I don't upload. I upload like fan edits and shit. I don't actually upload content.
Fedits.
You've heard it here first, guys. Fan edits are not content.
Well, you know what I
then-
mean.
then
Like, I
you
don't
should
upload
make
my
a
own
channel.
original content.
yeah. You should make a channel called
It's a
Fedit
remix.
Films.
So what?
You should make a channel called Fedit Films.
Fedit
Then we've got
Films, yeah.
Fedit Film and Fedit Films.
And they get sued by FedEx.
Oh,
And me, 'cause it's close to Pheasant Films, goddammit.
You're not important
You would
enough.
sue me?
I would certainly have a stern talking to.
Oh. Write them a very stiff letter on cardboard or something.
Yes.
I've been
Like, etched in with
I've
like
tried to set up my own channel in the past, and I just don't want to talk about what content to put on it. So I
It's
just
always
kind
tough
of
to.
lose motivation.
Oh, I hear that.
You just gotta find something you enjoy. I've been making gaming YouTube videos for 10 years now, and I've got nothing to show for it. but I just enjoy it. What do you say to that? That's just what I gotta say, Anyway.
Plus, if I want to, I do want to do gaming, but if I want to, I'd have to get all the equipment. I need the equipment, and I have a mic. I don't have all the
OBS.
shit that you need. I have OBS.
OBS.
Yeah,
OBS to record PC software.
I did
That's all
try
you
to
need.
stream. I did try to stream some stuff when I was in uni, and I just couldn't get the sound correct on it.
Oh.
Ah.
Did you open your mouth?
That
Well,
is generally how you make sound. See, that's where you went wrong. Gotta open your mouth, make the talking noises, and then things will happen.
That's such a funny accent.
Well, this one, yeah, I don't know what accent this is.
thinking about it, I have
seen-
recently listened to a Big Finish that deals with sound, but we don't have time for that now. So
Oh, is it Scherzo?
no,
Ah.
There's more than
No,
one that
it-
deals with sound.
it's not as unique as Scherzo. It's more that just the monster is to do with sound.
Okay, cool.
It's within the the completed bits.
Oh, so it's like It Follows that.
It doesn't matter. We don't have time.
It's just going to go in the podcast.
Congratulations, Mr. Fontaine.
You got a son.
It was basically set like slightly in the future, and the way the guy managed to survive before he died was by converting his sound waves into a living entity.
Oh.
Okay. That sounds familiar.
So it had all his memories and his brainwaves, but the sound recreation of it, and that was the villain of the piece. It's like I think it was like Whispers of Terror or something. It was called.
Whispers of Holy Terror. Anyway,
All hail the God Emperor.
Corpse Emperor.
Take that back, you heretic.
Never. Magnus did nothing wrong.
I was literally originally just trying to make a quick joke about the whole sound thing. I wasn't expecting it to all just derail the podcast.
And on that bombshell, it's time to end.
You heretic!
See you next time. Magnus did nothing wrong. Bye.